What's going on, crypto miners, and welcome back to the channel. Well, today we're starting a new series on the channel called Hobbyist Reacts. And in this video, we're going to be taking a closer look at community member Saint Six's 24-foot crypto mining trailer. Let's check this out. Huge shout out to Saint Six for sending this over to me. He actually reached out after finding out that I was interested in expanding my crypto mining shed at my electrician's house to a second shed, and he thought this would be a perfect fit. While it's awesome, it's not something I'm looking to get into, but one of you guys may be interested, as he is interested in selling this trailer. Maybe it's something you're interested in. I'm going to leave all his contact information down below. You can DM him on Twitter and set something up. He is in Virginia if you're interested. So this is what he sent me right away. And I was like, holy cow, there is so much to talk about in this trailer. So this is a 24 by 8 foot trailer based off some information I gathered from him that he has parked on the side of his house here. And there's a ton of things that stand out to me by just looking at this. So like right away, it looks super new. And I see solar panels on this. I see a boatload of exhaust shutter fans. We have an AC unit on the front, so it makes me believe there's a mini split in here as well. Hopefully you're not using that for cooling and you're just using it for like an office area inside this shed or work environment. But other than that, it looks in really, really good shape. I believe it was brand new when he went ahead and purchased it, but you'll have to reach out and find out more from him. Now, with solar panels, I think those are solar panels. I'm very curious. Are they solar panels up top and on the side there? Because if they are, it's not like you're going to power a ton with them. Maybe some lights, maybe a small workbench environment area. I think we'll have to see if we find out more. Now, let's go ahead and take a closer look here at our next photo to see what we get. So let's zoom out. Here we go. So this is a second photo here. I believe, yeah, those are, I was trying to decide if those are solar panels or if that was just overhang, but I'm almost certain those are solar panels. They are. The wheels look in really good shape. I mean, this thing looks like it was bought brand new and like never moved anywhere. Like, did he travel with this and try to like plug in at like RV parks and stuff? Or did this just sit next to his house and he had some big ambitions and some big dreams with this unit? I'm not really sure. Something I look at and see here when I'm taking a closer look is like, all of our exhaust fans, the shutter fans, are in the center, which is funny because they're blue. I think that's actually blue plastic that peels off of them. I might be wrong, but I think it's just blue plastic and then it's just stainless steel on the other side. But if you take a look, we have a front and a rear side here that don't have any exhaust on it. So I'm wondering what he has in these areas. Taking another look on this side, this must be the intake side. We're on the opposite side here. And let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit. So it looks like he has some disconnects that are available running into it. 2 disconnects here. Based off my understanding, and we'll see a little bit more, this supports and is wired for 180 amps, which is wild. But he did say this could support up to 400 amps if you wanted to. So it looks like that these are just wired up right on the side of his house here. All right, so here is a view of the intake side, and I think we'll have some more pictures and video of this coming up here. So this is our door. He's got some like no trespassing signs on the door, which is pretty slick. This is a lot of gable vents that he does have on this side, which is fantastic. We saw all the exhaust shutter fans on the other side, and now we have a ton of intake. So what this is doing is, instead of having fans on like the shed intake side pulling in air, we call that active. This is using passive air. This is just pulling everything in, which is the same design that I use on both of my sheds. And I personally feel this is better to have a passive intake and active exhaust versus an active setup. I just have never seen any setups that work super well that way. I'm curious, once we get inside, what type of filter system he has running and what he has set up there. All right, so let's go ahead and load up some of the videos he sent me. Special thanks to today's video sponsor, Crypto Miner Bros. Crypto Miner Bros has been one of the top ASIC resellers in the industry since 2018. specializing in crypto mining hardware for not just professionals, but also home mining enthusiasts. Some of my favorite professional ASICs include the Bitmain Antminer L9 Dogecoin miner and the brand new Bitmain Antminer S21 XP Bitcoin miner. For home miners, I love the new Volt Miner D1 Mini, the AlphaPex DG Home 1, the iPolo V2X Ethereum Classic miner, and finally, the Canaan Avalon Nano 3S Solo Bitcoin miner. Crypto Miner Bros makes the checkout process easy for new miners looking to make their first purchase by not only accepting wire transfers, but also some of the more popular cryptocurrencies as a form of payment, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, and USDT. Save an additional $70 per ASIC miner with special checkout discount code, the Hobbyist Miner. Need a safe, reliable, and trusted reseller to purchase your next ASIC miner from? Look no further than CryptoMinerBros.com. Okay, we have a few videos that are ready to go. Now, most of these videos, I will give you a heads up, I have muted the audio because he does have units running in here, miners running in here. I found my notes from him. There's a number of ASICs that are actually that are for sale with this actual shed, or this shed, the world I live in, with this actual trailer. So all of these are filmed vertically. So I'm going to do my best here. Can't really zoom in too much, but we'll pause where we can the best I can here. So right away, we've walked inside the door. So this is on the front of that trailer, and there's that mini split. So my first thoughts, like, okay, are we cooling with the mini split? Is this for a work environment area? What is this for? So right away, we see a toolbox in there. We do see a laptop in there. And then we do have a TV right here on the wall. So I'm going to go ahead and hit play. We have a TV here on the wall with, it looks like a lot of this equipment in here is for solar. Now I'm not a huge solar connoisseur, so I can't speak to like, oh, that's this inverter or that's this inverter. So keep that in mind. Once again, I will link all of his information down below if you guys are interested in finding out more. Big TV on the wall. Love to see that. I'm a big proponent. I got my TV up on the wall here. Love to see all of that. This looks like an inverter right there for some solar panels. So I'm very curious on how he's utilizing them. I see a fire extinguisher on the floor there. Now I do see a bunch of the plywood on the wall, which is great. Okay, so I'm going to pause it right here. Let me go forward a little bit. So right away, I see the exhaust side. I see a giant power strip here, one of those like 8-foot power strips going up and down. And it's kind of hard to see with the video, but there's actually clear plexiglass around this doorway here. I'm going to play. There we go. There's a doorway right here, and there's clear plexiglass all around it. So he's kind of created a work environment and a workshop area on this side of this entire setup. That's probably why he has the mini split in there, which that looks like entirely overkill. Like that must get really, really cold. Now, granted, I don't know where he lives. So this, still, it's very cool just to have this overall, to be honest with you. Now, something I see in here is, it might be hard by the video, pausing and playing, but I'm seeing a server rack that I've been told this is for GPUs. He's built it kind of ready to go for GPUs. And he put a GPU water block system in here with a radiator system in here. So you could go in completely that direction if you're interested. Now I see all those exhaust ducts, and man, this guy must be in the trades because like this looks very well done. So I'm going to go ahead and hit play, and we'll kind of go through this a little bit more. So there's a plexiglass door here, or a glass door, probably plexiglass door here that he is going through. And check this out. So yeah, that's definitely GPUs, definitely a water block system. Wow, look at this. So he went and put like a boatload of Veta frames in here. Listen, Panda, you wanted to outgrow your basement, this would be perfect for you. Look at this. So he's got 5 or 6 Veta frames in here. And let me check my notes real quick. One rack fits 36 GPUs and the other 8. Plus the bottom has the GPU water cooling system. Wow, look at this. So fully wired up, all the power, all the Ethernet's fully wired up in here. And he's got fans in here too. So on the opposite side, okay, so that looks like a green, maybe it's a blue mesh here in the background. And he's got fans literally blowing on these units. which personally, I think that's probably overkill if he has all those exhaust fans in there. But hey, you know, with GPUs, you always got to put extra fans in there. He said he was in Virginia. So, all right, let's go ahead and hit play here. So we have a bunch of fans in there. Okay, he's showing off all the GPUs he has in there. PDUs, which is pretty slick. Okay, so on his intake side, he's kind of built the intake side in. You can see over here on the right-hand side, it's kind of boxed in to direct that airflow there right through that first initial rack, which that looks awesome. So both GPU, first set of GPUs, second set of GPUs. The downside to me of stacking these GPU racks like one after the other is the second GPU rack is now getting all the heat from the first GPU rack. Personally, I would have maybe put the rack in the middle and then allowed you to walk all the way around it and just allowed that airflow. Now, you probably would have gotten less GPUs in there, but you would have gotten some better airflow. But that's just my outside perspective on this whole setup. Okay, let me load up another video because there's a lot of really cool stuff coming. All right, so check it out. There is actually a door, as we thought about. Notice secure hair, close to head or under cap. He has a sign there before walking through. So we were correct in our thoughts on the fact of this is kind of a concealed workshop area. And oh, I see some ASICs in there. He's showing off some more GPUs, a lot of racking in there. I mean, this is very, very cool the way this is designed. He did say he sold all of the GPUs. Okay, so now in the middle here, we have ASICs that are set up right in the direct middle of this. So we got a shelving in there, PDUs across the front, and several ASICs. And now let me take a look at my notes. I'm looking over here. Okay, one ASIC rack in the second bay. So that's what we're getting into, the second bay here, which currently holds 5 E9s, 2, what does this say? 110s. I assume that's like Bitmain Antminer S19J Pro, maybe a plus or something in there. 110 terahash units and one 90 terahash unit is what that is there. Okay, so that's actually the ASICs that we're looking in here. So he's got PDUs on every shelf. Okay, I see it now. Wow, look at all those E9s. That is wild. Let me get the next video set up here. All right, so this must be from the opposite side. So I took a look at my notes. From the opposite side of the trailer, we started at the front end of the trailer. We looked at the second bay, which was in the middle. The back end of the trailer is for storage and an additional workshop area is what he told me. So we're coming into it from the opposite side. He's got more plexiglass there with like a little see-through. I assume this area is not air conditioning because of that mini split was on the other side, but now we're walking in. So, okay, what do we have here? Is that an intake wall? I don't think that's an intake wall right there. That looks metal. Okay, he has this cut out. So we are seeing videos from all different time periods of his mining is what I'm seeing. So I can see there's cutouts here. So when we go back to the pictures, we can see, like if I go ahead and load up the photos here that we showed, we have two different areas. Let's look here, this photo. Here we go, perfect. So I'm going to zoom in here. So Bay 1 was GPU mining, which was this really big one right here. Bay 2 is what we're looking at on the inside that got completed at a later date. So it does have full intakes. Because I was like, holy cow, is there no intakes on this? That's kind of concerning. So this is finished. This was just an older video that I was sent. So looking back, he does have the ASICs all in here. Man, he cleaned this up really good with some of those other videos. So we have all of that done, and then we have an exhaust side done. And there's the exhaust on this side here that we were going ahead and checking out. And I'm reading over here, 12 exhaust fans, which looks really, really good, which works out really, really well, which is nice. So, man, this is pretty slick, to be honest with you. I mean, someone put a ton of time and effort into this. This looks so clean, though, I'm going to admit. Just the way this is set up and designed. I'm very curious, though. I can't wait to hear from him and see his reaction on the video of, like, what his goal was with this. Like, what was the end goal? Was it traveling? Like, what was it that made him do a trailer versus a shed just having that mobility? All right, so we have another video showing off some of these GPU racks in here, which, man, I saw the water block set up there. That looked really, really sweet. Let me go back real quick. So take a look. Let's look here. Let's go back. So on this shelf, this is actually where the radiator is with all the fans off of it. And you can actually just barely see The water block, yeah, right there. Water block GPUs right there on the bottom. Wow, that is really, really slick the way he has this fully designed. Now, as I said, he doesn't have any of the GPUs left, but he does have all the other supporting hardware that he is selling with this trailer. So let's see what else he shows us here. Okay, so check this out. Look, he did finish those fans that we were talking about on the exhaust side. Let me go forward a little bit. For the ASIC for Bay 2, I'm not sure what that is on the ground there, though. That big black thing there on the ground. But, oh, look at that. There's an R8 case as well. That looks so clean. There's an R8 case as well that he said is for sale with the trailer, including the ASICs. Everything you see here. I'm not familiar with what PDUs those are. I'm not sure if you guys know. Please comment down below. So he's got the full exhaust wall done. Man, that is a ton of exhaust. I'm going to take a guess. Those exhaust fans probably do 1200, like 1200 CFM each. And he has 20 of them, which is absolutely, like, the airflow through this has got to be absolutely amazing. Like, good for you. Like, doing the intake wall is great. Doing the exhaust wall the way you did that is awesome. This is really, really slick. Well done. Well done. All right, so this video has the finished intake wall there. Yeah, I'm not sure what this black thing is. Is this a heater of some kind that he has? I'm not sure what that is, that black thing at the bottom. Love to get his thoughts and feedback. He's going to answer like a million questions that I have in the comments of this video. I can't wait. But there's the intake side, which looks great. Turned out nice. Man, it is so well done. He even has insulation or board at the top there to help out with the heat and everything like that for the insulation that he does have set up. So he's done like that pink foam board. I'm not sure which rating it is. I'd have to look it up. The Foamular NGX. There's different ratings and stuff, but he's put that in actually to help out with the heat that would be hitting the top of the actual trailer here. Let's go ahead and hit play some more. Here we go. Come on. There we go. All right, so we get a look here. Updated on the ASICs, updated on the exhaust wall. Yep, you can see it through the whole shed. Oh, and he's got like this string of lights at the top. That's slick. So instead of going with like shop lights, I don't want to say they're Christmas lights, but they're like LED lights, which are less power hungry. Oh, there's the GPUs. Check that out. Those GPUs look so good in their prime. And he's got all those fans on them as well. That looks really nice. He's got all the fan wiring. I wonder if he did all of this himself or if he had help. Overall, I think this trailer is amazing. I love the fact of like getting innovative with this. I mean, I know we have another community member, Chump Change XD, who has done a trailer setup before, but this is taking it to a whole new level with like a mini split in there, with a GPU aisles in there, with GPU water block setup, with the ASICs, with the massive amount of exhaust fans in this. I mean, this is really, really slick. So Saint Six, I'm going to put his contact information down below. He is looking to sell this. No GPUs are in here, but everything else is going, all included. I'll list his contact information down below if you guys are interested. Listen, this has been a boatload of fun for our first video on our Hobbyist Reacts type of content. I have many more of these lined up from community members, not necessarily that are selling their setup, but that have built these setups out. So let me know your thoughts down below. I had a ton of questions. Would love to hear from you guys on what you spotted. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What are some things I missed that were in that video? Please let me know directly down below. I hope to do more of these Hobbyist React videos in the near future. Take care. Sorry to interrupt your video, but check this out. I constantly get emails from the community asking me about trustworthy hosting facilities in the United States that I recommend. Well, I got you covered. Listen up. A few months back, I visited BlockOps Mining's brand new facility in Central Arkansas. The team there was super professional, knowledgeable, and everyday miners like you and I. After visiting the facility, I sent them a few of my ASIC miners for hosting and have been super happy with their service and communication. Go contact BlockOps Mining directly down below in the video description and tell them the Hobbyist Miner sent you for great pricing on miners and hosting.